our next property is sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2, where x belongs to closed interval minus 1 to 1. Second, tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is pi by 2, x belongs to R. Secant inverse x plus cosecant inverse x is pi by 2, x belongs to R minus open interval minus 1 to 1. Now we prove the first result. Let sin inverse x is equal to theta. X is equal to sin theta. As we know, x belongs to closed interval minus 1 to 1. So here theta belongs to minus 90 to 90, this closed interval. So x is equal to, this sin theta can be written as cos pi by 2 minus theta. Now, as theta is greater than or equal to minus 90, less than or equal to 90, so for minus theta it is also this, because if we take negative sign, these signs will change and ultimately we have this same step. So if we want to write pi by 2 minus theta, this is equal to pi by 2 minus pi by 2, 0, and this pi by 2 plus pi by 2 is pi, means our pi by 2 minus theta is greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to pi. So this implies in this step pi by 2 minus theta can be written as cos inverse x. So this is very important concept. When x is equal to cos 90 minus theta, we cannot directly write this way. This is only possible if this angle belongs to the principal branch for cos inverse x. So we need to check this thing. Now theta is equal to pi by 2 minus cos inverse x, and our theta is sin inverse x, 90 minus cos inverse x. Take cos inverse x on the left hand side, we have this result. So this is the proof of this property. Similarly, we can prove the remaining two. So how we use this property in our questions? For example, sin inverse x plus cos inverse 1 by 5 is equal to pi by 2, and question is find the value of x. So with the help of this property, without doing any calculation, we can directly write our answer as x is equal to 1 by 5, because sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to 90 degree. This is 1 by 5, this is 90, so this x is equal to also 1 by 5. Now our next property is tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse x plus y over 1 minus xy, where xy is less than 1. Now there are some more conditions here. When xy is greater than 1 and x is positive, y is also positive, in that case this formula is pi plus tan inverse x plus y over 1 minus xy. On the similar lines, when xy greater than 1, x negative, y also negative, then this formula is minus pi plus tan inverse x plus y over 1 minus xy. Now proofs of these properties are not required. You just have to learn these properties and you have to apply in the calculations. Our next property is tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. This is equal to tan inverse x minus y over 1 plus xy, where xy greater than minus 1. Again there are some conditions here. Suppose xy is less than minus 1, x greater than 0, y less than 0, then this property is pi plus tan inverse x minus y over 1 plus xy. This is y less than 0. And if xy less than minus 1 and x negative, y positive, then this property is minus pi plus tan inverse x minus y over 1 plus xy. In maximum questions, this and this property is applicable, but there are some questions where these properties are also used. But you must remember this major first property in this case as well as first property in next case. Now suppose we want to prove this result. It is given that xy is less than 1, tan inverse x plus tan inverse y equal to tan inverse x plus y over 1 minus xy. Now there are some conditions on x and y. Maybe x and y both are positive, maybe both are negative, maybe x negative y positive or x positive y negative. In all these conditions on x and y with xy less than 1, this formula holds. Suppose we want to prove this result when x is positive, y is positive and xy is less than 1. So we start from the assumption, let tan inverse x is equal to a and tan inverse y is equal to b. This implies x is equal to tan a, y is equal to tan b. Now suppose we want to write the formula tan a plus b. In class 11th you all have done this result. Tan a plus b is tan a plus tan b over 1 minus tan a into tan b. Now tan a plus b becomes x plus y over 1 minus xy. Now tan a plus b is equal to x plus y over 1 minus xy. Now as x is positive, this means tan a is greater than 0. This means a is greater than 0 less than pi by 2, means a belongs to the first quadrant. Similarly, tan b is also positive because y is positive. So b is also greater than 0 less than pi by 2. So if we add the two, so a plus b greater than 0 less than pi means a plus b belongs to first quadrant or second quadrant. But if we consider this value x plus y over 1 minus xy, as x and y both are positive, xy is also positive. So this x plus y over 1 minus xy is always positive. So tan a plus b positive means a plus b belongs to first or third quadrant. But here we get a plus b in first and second quadrant. So if we combine these two results, that means a plus b is greater than 0 less than pi by 2 because the second quadrant is rejected. So this 0 to pi by 2 interval belongs to the principal branch for tan inverse function. So this means a plus b can be written as tan inverse x plus y over 1 minus xy. And if we put the values of a and b, we get the required result because our a is tan inverse x, b is tan inverse y, and this is equal to tan inverse x plus y over 1 minus xy. So hence we can prove such results, but for your questions only the formulas are applicable. Proofs you can only understand for your concept. Good morning students. In previous video you have understood about the formula related to tan inverse x plus tan inverse y and tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. Now there is one more formula related to the same concept. Suppose there are three terms here, tan inverse x plus tan inverse y plus tan inverse z. So there is a single formula for that. Instead, you can also use the previous concept by applying formula in the first two terms. You get the answer in terms of tan inverse, and again you can apply the formula with that answer and the third term. But instead of that process, you can easily apply this single formula. So when there are three terms together, you can directly apply this result. Now the next property is 2 tan inverse x is equal to 2 tan inverse x is equal to tan inverse 2x over 1 minus x square when x is greater than minus 1 less than 1, and it is also equal to sine inverse 2x over 1 plus x square where again x is greater than or equal to minus 1 less than or equal to 1, and third is cos inverse 1 minus x square over 1 plus x square where x is greater than or equal to 0. So 2 tan inverse x is equal to tan inverse 2x over 1 minus x square, sine inverse 2x over 1 plus x square, and cos inverse 1 minus x square over 1 plus x square. So if we want to prove any of this result, we just have to put x equal to tan theta. Suppose we put x tan theta here, this term becomes tan 2 theta. Similarly, if you put x tan theta here, this becomes sin 2 theta. And in last, if you put x tan theta, 1 minus tan square theta over 1 plus tan square theta, it becomes cos 2 theta. And by this way, we can easily prove this formula. Now, if we want to prove this property, we start from the right hand side. Put x is equal to tan theta. Why we put x is equal to tan theta? Because when we put x tan theta here, 1 minus tan square theta over 1 plus tan square theta will become cos 2 theta. So when we have to put x something, our main purpose is to make this as same function which is outside here, means that as there is cos inverse here, so we try to convert this in terms of cos. So we put x equal to tan theta. So cos inverse 1 minus tan square theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta. So as from class 11th, you all know this formula. It is cos 2 theta. Now cos inverse cos 2 theta, this is equal to 2 theta only if 2 theta belongs to the principal branch of cos inverse. So for that we have to check for this. Now this is equal to 2 theta because as we know x greater than or equal to 0 as it is given. So this means x greater than or equal to 0 less than infinity. Now what is x here? X is our tan theta. So theta is greater than tan inverse 0 less than tan inverse infinity. So tan inverse 0 is 0, theta, this is pi by 2. So if we write for 2 theta, this is greater than or equal to 0 less than pi. So means 2 theta belongs to the interval 0 to pi, that means it is the principal branch of cos inverse. So we can write cos inverse cos 2 theta as 2 theta. So that means our right hand side is 2 theta and our theta is tan inverse x, which is the left hand side. So again, if we want to prove this result, we have to put x tan theta. After applying the formula, this is cos 2 theta. Now cos inverse cos 2 theta is equal to 2 theta, means these two cos inverse function and cos, it becomes 2 theta only when this angle belongs to the principal branch of cos inverse. So that thing we need to check, and for this concept some conditions are given in every inverse based questions. So if we start with our conditions, we can easily prove that this 2 theta belongs to the principal branch of cos inverse. So x greater than or equal to 0. So we can write x greater than or equal to 0 less than infinity. Now x is taken as tan theta greater than or equal to 0, this. Now theta will be tan inverse 0, 0, and this is 90 degree. But we have to check for 2 theta, so we take it as 2 theta. So means 2 theta belongs to 0 to pi. So which is the principal branch for cos inverse? So that means our answer is 2 tan inverse x. So in the same way you can prove the remaining two results.